I have a question.
Sure.
If I got all 5,
Yeah.
you have $10 each?
Yeah.
Would you do 40?
I'm sorry, we're not very well prepared today, I guess. And how do you prepare for these things? Well, you know the issue is everyone shows up at once. Thank you. What? Hey, I'm going to ask your mom if she wants some. Yeah, you want those?
It's fine.
Okay, if you want them, you can have them.
It's right here, yeah. Just seeing what was always in the box.
I was seeing all the paperwork.
You okay, kiddo?
Album in that one?
No. Didn't feel like the first 2 I grabbed.
Got 'em in there. No. Yeah, there's some off over there.
Is there albums in any of them? I don't think there's.
That's all my wife's stuff. That's her. There's no albums in these covers here.
None of them have albums. It's unfortunate because there's.
Did you hear that? None of these have albums in them.
There's no album.
Well, what happened to them?
I have no idea.
This one might.
That's got one there. No? Yet though.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I thought they were
Those
all
ones
there.
are in it.
Yeah.
That one's got an album in it.
Preston? Yes.
Where's the light quit? He's another great one. Album.
Okay.
Connie Frank's pretty good. Those both have albums in it.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I didn't know where those others come from.
The Patty Page, I think I went, maybe what I did is I went through them before and put all the ones that didn't have albums in them in the front or the back. Something, I don't know where.
I would move the clothes back. Put stuff in
Better than what the white people.
Do you have an idea what you would want on this box? Train set?
Oh, the train set. That's a pretty fun thing. Would you give me $5 for it?
I'll give you 10 if you throw these guys in with that.
What was marked on that?
It wasn't marked.
Okay, sure, I'll do it.
Do 10 for that?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
You drive a hard bargain.
There you go.
Thank you.
for pointing out we had a box
Yeah,
full of-
I put them all in the front, the ones that didn't have records.
Thank you.
They were the good ones though too, unfortunately.
They don't have any
The-
They really were.
Stones and everyone else.
It works.
Oh yeah.
The thing that's rattling about is one of the reels. In fact,
That's cool.
still got its original one in there.
Yeah.
Light bulb. Just for a showpiece, it's great, but it still works. That's what's funny.
Yeah, it's in great condition. $10, sure. I have a question.
Sure.
If I got all 5,
Yeah.
you have $10 each?
Yeah.
Would you do 40?
Yeah, sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah. You got kids?
Yeah. So, but also collecting, so.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'll work. There you go.
Cool.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Actually,
Are you taking the shoes?
yeah, I'm gonna get the shoes. You said $1 each.
No,
for-
take them. They come with a 40.
Sure.
Sure.
I feel bad.
Thanks, buddy.
Please, you're too kind for helping me out with that. So, well, good luck with the sale. You're from England, or?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been over in the States for?
20 years.
20 years.
This is my first garage sale. It's the first one I've had, and it's the first one I've ever been to.
You call them boot sales over there, right?
do, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone brings their cars.
That's
and
right. Opens up the boot.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd get this lot in the boot. Oh, mind you, we'd probably get it in that boot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one, huh? That would be a showstopper over there.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, thank you. I can grab these. Here we go. I'll just, that'll work.
Thanks very
Thank you. Have a good one. Good luck with the sale. All right, it's been a couple weeks since I've been out to the sales. Definitely not picking a great time to be hitting it because sales are dwindling down, but we did manage to find quite a few good items today. Let's check out what we picked up. Alrighty, so we're gonna get to the table. I just want to get this out of the way so I can get to the table. $5 for this box, not a bad deal considering that I didn't know what I had. I didn't kind of really look anything. I think I grabbed this train and didn't see any markings on it besides right here in the front. Turns out that this is like just a kind of generic Toys R Us brand. It is apparently vintage, but the good thing is that there's a lot of mixed like building parts. I believe this is Thomas the Train Bridge. There's this huge wooden kind of like carousel thing here. So there's a lot of parts in here. Not quite sure how I'm going to approach this yet. Whether I do it just, everything or kind of break it up piece by piece. I believe this like alone is selling for like $20. This probably easily can be $20. A lot of these just like kind of bridge pieces and then maybe just sell all the loose track on its own. We'll see, but there's money to be made there. Wooden kids type train sets do very well. Okay, also at that sale, found this camera. Did turn it on to see if it is working. Obviously it is. Need to test it a little bit with some of the settings, make sure everything's good to go. I don't believe there was a battery charger, and that battery charger kind of sells the camera, and I didn't look too much into this. It doesn't feel, it seems like there's just a lot of pamphlets in here. So that's gonna be a problem. I always try to pick these cameras up, these old cameras that no one used that people seem to buy, because I do pretty well with them. I may sit on them for, you know, depending on where the price point is at and obviously the model, maybe like a month or less, but sometimes more obviously, but normally you can get around $15 to $20 for them if you can pick them up cheap enough. Then also found a hidden box of records, did some digging, was trying to find some more items to kind of scrounge up and lot up for this sale. Settled on these three. I don't know, there might have been some others in there. These aren't obviously huge. We have the Eagles, their greatest hits. Elton John, self-titled. Then this Muppets record, just figured had some value. 1976 it looks like. So this sale was the second one of the day, and I didn't know what the day was going to bring, so I was just kind of getting a little desperate early, just trying to get some inventory before the season ends. Came across this plush. I did pull this out. I need to unscrew this and put some batteries in there. I couldn't see on the tag of exactly, because it is very worn. I was able to discover, I thought it was 1980s. Unfortunately, it's not. It's 1995. It's like a talking Big Bird, obviously. If you can hit the 1980s, like cassette recorder Big Bird, that looks very similar to this. Those can go up into the hundreds of dollars, which I just found out on researching. So keep an eye on those. If you can get, you know, the cassette and like little book pamphlet, and then obviously Big Bird to play. And since there was not much there, I just saw 1977 in here, Fisher Price. I had no clue what this was. There's no way the camera's going to be able to pick that up, but apparently this is some, it's called like Husky Construction Workers or something like that. This will maybe take 5 minutes of my time, including right now, and I don't think he's going to be over like $5, but whatever, it was a simple risk. Okay, and then on the big ticket of the day, probably were yelling at me, why didn't you go back and get the rest? Well, yes, I did, and pretty much got the rest that were in good shape, and paid for the Harley set $40 and $45 for these other 6. So we have, and then those three minis down there. I did go back in the car after picking these up and just kind of researched Wizard of Oz Barbie, and saw that they were selling like this one around 30, 35, I believe. One of these, I don't know if this Aladdin one is the, I need to look up the model number on there, but there was something that was selling pretty good into the like hundreds almost. I don't obviously assume that I have that, but what did I pay? Maybe like 85. That's, I think I paid 87 total, including the shoes. And as long as these are going for 20 minimum, you know, there's going to be 4 of them you sell, and the rest is going to be profit here. So that's kind of what I was going in my head, as long as that works out. Okay, so getting back to the ones that I went back and grabbed off camera. We have Barbie as Glinda, the Good Witch in the Wizard of Oz. Has like a little tag up there. This is where we got a date, 1995. You're not going to be able to probably see that, but yeah, they're all mid to late 90s, it seems. This just kind of looked like a neat box, some Christmas version. I don't know. I haven't looked any of these up yet, specifically besides some of these Wizard of Oz ones. So that's just, I guess, what, special edition Happy Holidays? That's all I'm seeing on the front here. Then the Barbie as Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. Ken as the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. See's Candy, I used to live in California. I don't know if See's is anywhere else besides California. It just seemed very custom oriented to have a Barbie and See's Candy. I might even give this to my mom. She's a huge lover of See's Candy, but I don't remember what the value is. I believe I looked that up when I was in my car before I went out, but maybe $20. I'm just gonna guess on most of these. I'm hoping to get a minimum of. And then lastly over here, it's Jasmine. I don't think this is a Barbie. I think it's just Disney's Aladdin Jasmine. So what's the date on these? 1999. So Tommy as a lollipop munchkin, Kelly as a lullaby munchkin, and Tommy as Mayor Munchkin. Again, haven't looked up the value, but you've seen it all by now. And hopefully I did all right on that. I assume I did all right on those. It was kind of like a risk. I normally don't pick up Barbie, but it just seemed there was enough profit to be made just on a quick 5-minute research in the car. And obviously, as soon as I came across that stand and saw all these, I saw Harley Davidson, just focused in on that because we all know Harley Davidson sells. Mixed in with Barbie, should be all right in my head. And then hopefully these guys are as well. Heading over to the shoes, haven't looked these up. I just saw basically very clean Converse All-Stars Chuck Taylors. So some kind of, I don't know shoes at all. I don't know what the high value Chuck Taylors are. They're obviously newer because they just feel and look new. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there. This was the first part of the day. The second part of the day will be in the next video. Again, as always, thanks for watching. I will catch you all hopefully in that one. Have a good one.